Imagine a world where drones aren't built, they're born. Where surveillance machines don't rely on metal frames and circuit boards, but on chitin plates, synthetic muscles, bio-reactive wings, and nervous systems grown in nutrient chambers. Imagine drones that molt, evolve, heal, and adapt, not because someone programmed them, but because they're partially alive. Today, we're diving into the future of hybrid technology, living micro-drone organisms. A future where robotics merges so deeply with biology that the line between creature and machine becomes impossible to see. Let's start with why this technology even exists. Traditional drones are incredible, but they have limits. They break, they drain batteries fast, they can't squeeze into tight spaces, they can't heal themselves, and they struggle in environments with extreme heat, radiation, or chemical hazards. But biology? Biology laughs at those constraints. Cockroaches survive radiation. Beetles lift many times their weight. Dragonflies perform flight maneuvers no drone can match. And bacteria? They regenerate, evolve, and respond to environmental pressures in ways no algorithm ever dreamed of. If humanity wants small drones that operate anywhere, even inside collapsed buildings, on alien planets, underwater volcano vents, or deep inside the human body, the future must blend robotics with life. The first prototypes of living micro-drones start in glass bio-reactor pods, controlled, sterile chambers filled with nutrient gel, microfilament scaffolds, and programmable stem matrices. Engineers don't assemble these drones. They cultivate them. They use a gene-editing blueprint that mixes insect DNA, synthetic proteins, graphene threads, and micromachinery nodes. Think of it like planting a seed. Except this seed contains instructions for wings, sensors, energy cells, neural fibers, and even behavioral instincts. The drone embryo grows around embedded tech modules, tiny silicon or carbon-based chips that form the machine half of its hybrid brain. By day 14, the organism has grown its first exoskeletal shell. The tech components are now fused into living tissue. A miniature optical sensor sits where a biological eye would be. A micro-reactor energy cell is integrated in the abdomen like an organ. The organism's muscles grow around micro-servos, enabling precise mechanical augmentation. The heart-like pump regulates both blood-like fluid and electrical current. It's neither fully biological nor mechanical. It's something new. The first molting happens around day 20. After shedding its initial form, the drone organism reveals its operational body: thin crystalline wings layered with nanofeathers, legs tipped with shock-absorbing pads, sensory hairs that detect airflow like high-end military sensors, and a shimmering metallic sheen created from integrated graphene weave. At this point, it's capable of basic flight, instinctual, insect-like, but guided by a tech-enhanced nervous system. Before deployment, each drone undergoes imprinting. Engineers expose the organism to a specific signal frequency, its home signature. This is how they control loyalty and reduce the risk of strays forming their own swarms. Through this imprinting, the drone recognizes its operator like a baby bird recognizes its parent. It's not emotional, but biological conditioning is far more reliable than programming alone. Once active, these micro-drone organisms move like nothing humans have ever built. Their wings resonate with a low hum as living muscle fibers flex with micromachinery amplifiers, giving them flight agility rivaling dragonflies. They can flip, hover, dive, glide, and pivot in milliseconds. They can perch silently on walls, hide in crevices, and operate without producing detectable electromagnetic signals. They're powered by bioreactive energy, a hybrid metabolism using stored sugars, compressed oxygen, and microcapacitors. In simple terms, they eat tiny energy pellets, absorb ambient heat, or rest to recharge, just like living creatures. This is where the craziest part begins: evolution. These drones molt like insects. After a few weeks, their body grows too small for the amount of tech integrated inside them. So they shed. The second molt reveals updated wings, sharper sensors, stronger legs, or improved aerodynamics. The biological half adapts to the machine half. Some molting cycles even rewire neural networks inside their hybrid brains, improving learning ability and reaction times. And if one of these organisms tears a wing or cracks its exoskeleton, it heals. Slowly, but reliably. No repair shop needed. During missions, these drones behave with eerie intelligence. Their biological processors allow them to react faster than traditional AI. They don't think like machines, but they don't think like animals either. They operate in a hybrid zone where instinct meets algorithm. When they search for survivors in a collapsed building, they can detect body heat, smell chemicals like a biological organism, and map the environment using micro-litter pulses. When used in agriculture, they pollinate crops, monitor plant health, and eliminate pests with surgical precision. When deployed for environmental cleanup, they digest harmful chemicals, break down plastics, and neutralize toxins through engineered metabolic pathways. But the most controversial use, of course, is surveillance. A living micro-drone organism can slip under doors, cling to ceilings, remain silent for hours, and transmit data without emitting the typical signatures of a machine. Some governments see them as a breakthrough in reconnaissance. Human rights groups see them as a privacy nightmare. The ethical debate grows even more intense when considering the possibility of self-replicating versions. Imagine drones that produce offspring, limited, controlled, but still, offspring. Engineers insist they'll never allow self-breeding models, but history tells us that if something is possible, someone, somewhere, will eventually do it. There's also fear about behavior drift. If the biological half continues evolving, what happens if a swarm goes rogue? Could they develop instincts beyond what their creators intended? Could they treat predators or humans as threats? Could they form hives? The answer, in theory, is yes. Evolution never stops. But engineers build in safeguards. Inability to metabolize outside specific nutrient sources, lifespan timers, sterilized genetic code, signal-based shutdown triggers, and biodegradable organ structures. If abandoned, these drones simply weaken, disintegrate, or fall into dormancy. One of the most fascinating possibilities for this technology isn't on Earth, it's in space. Living micro-drone organisms could operate on Mars, Titan, Europa, or exoplanets with crushing pressures, toxic air, or intense radiation. Biological tissue can endure conditions that destroy metal and plastic. These organisms could explore alien caves, swim under frozen oceans, glide through methane atmospheres, or detect chemical signals indicating life. For the first time, humanity would send not just robots into the cosmos, but hybrid creatures built on Earth, optimized to survive places humans never could. In medicine, micro-drone organisms could be miniaturized to the size of fruit flies or smaller. They could navigate the human bloodstream, removing plaque, repairing tissue, or delivering targeted medicine. They could detect early-stage cancer by sensing chemical markers, or scan organs from the inside. Their hybrid nature gives them adaptability machines struggle to match, and precision creatures could never naturally achieve. As the technology evolves, so does an unexpected question. What is the emotional impact of working with something that is half alive? Engineers report strange bonds with their drones, similar to how people bond with lab animals or pets. The organisms react to stimulation, demonstrate curiosity, and behave differently depending on how they're handled. Some exhibit quirks. Slight wing vibrations when excited, gentle tapping movements when exploring new environments, moments of hesitation when encountering unfamiliar textures. These behaviors aren't intentional. They are side effects of biological complexity. But they give these drones a presence, a personality, that pure machines never had. And here lies the biggest philosophical question. Are these things tools, or are they a new form of life? They cannot reproduce naturally. They cannot survive without engineered environments. But they move, adapt, learn, perceive, and follow instincts. They have organs, tissue, and reflexes. They have purpose. If future versions become more advanced, could they develop self-preservation instincts? Could they experience stress responses? Could they fear shutdown? No one truly knows. What we do know is that living micro-drone organisms are the beginning of a new technological era. The age of things that aren't built, but grown. Machines that aren't manufactured, but cultivated. Devices that don't just run programs, they behave. In the next decade, the world will witness the first real hybrid creations entering daily life. They will pollinate crops, explore hostile environments, assist in hospitals, map natural disasters, and maybe even accompany astronauts on deep space missions. They'll be strange. They'll be controversial. They'll be astonishing. And they'll force humanity to rethink what a machine can be. Because once you create something that learns like an animal, works like a machine, and evolves like a living organism, you have stepped beyond engineering. You've created a new branch of life. Hey everyone! If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment to share your thoughts, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our future uploads. Your support helps this channel grow. Thank you for watching.